Xander Pero playing CounterZoroark versus Caleb, and we're starting a little bit into the recording, but I was informed that what happened is Xander looked at the top 3 cards of his deck with Puzzle, this card down under the Bridget, put Bridget on top, and then Caleb went with the Trick Shovel, had the Trick Shovel turn 1 into an Ultra Ball for Trubbish. So this matchup is, I don't know what that is. That a stadium? I don't actually know what that is. Too much glare. So this matchup comes down to a lot. You can be really aggressive with Zoroark and just kill them before they get to do anything. Sableye can do like Sableye things and just not be able to pull anything off. The other thing that can happen is I was just getting Trick Shovel locked right off the bat. The other thing that can happen is if you get Foul Play Zoroark set up, you can catch them in. You can get stuck in a Junk Hunt loop between each other, and actually, I think it favors the Foul Play player. And what can eventually happen is you get all your resources back as the Zoroark player, and then you just start Getsising and taking knockouts, and then the Garbiter player, SableGarb player, just can't do anything to stop you. Because they're getting Getsis every turn. Or you get some like 6 turns in a row and you draw 6 prizes in a row. We'll see how this plays out. I'm not sure how many games are in this series. So we're going to find out. I think we're going to have to go up to 2 times speed though. Battle Compressor. Flowstone that. I assume that's going to be a Via Seeker for the Gladion. Maybe not, though. Or does he already have double puzzle going? No, he doesn't. Okay. So, Rua counter energy. So, it looks like he has DC Foul Play in hand. So, I would have liked to see him just retreat immediately to the Zorua, actually. Unless he has Floatstone in hand, but I don't think he does. I can't really tell from what's in his hand. Looks like there's Zoroark, Foul Play, and DCE is I think what I saw. So I don't know why he wouldn't just retreat to Zorua and just go start Junk Hunt matching him. But I guess this is fine right now. But if we see a Crushing Hammer, Enhanced Hammer, the Oricorio could get trapped. So it's Tails. For Enhanced Hammer, nope. Field Blower's fine, I guess. Oh, there's the Enhanced Hammer. Okay. Oh, there's a Guzma in his hand too, though, so he can go Guzma and then get the Junk Hunt off. So I guess this is fine then. I almost would have liked to have seen just the energy stay in hand then. I think that's the Guzma. It looks like Guzma, DCE, and then Foul Play. So you may as well just start Junk Hunting. There's 2 puzzle in your discard pile, so you can just Junk Hunt for double puzzle. Or is he just gonna pass? He's going with the pass. But I guess the one benefit to the current scenario is Caleb is actually going to go... So the inevitable goal you want to set up is actually that Sableye only has items in their deck. So what you do is you sit here, you let them do all this stuff, and you want them to super thin their deck, and then you eventually just start Junk Hunting and Getsising. I don't know if Xander plays Getsis. And then you just eventually just keep Junk Hunting and Getsising, and you kind of lock them out of the game because their whole deck is just items. But yeah, it seems like Xander's content with just chilling for now. I'm interested to see what he does. There's the Getsis. The Getsis, he does play Getsis, and it is in the discard pile. So Via Seeker can now get... You can now get Getsis with Via Seeker. So I wonder if he's going to pull the trigger this next turn and go... I think it is a Guzma in hand. I think he has Guzma, DCE... Foul Play. I wonder if he's gonna pull the trigger here. He had 2 puzzle pliers, but he gets the Gladion, so it doesn't really matter. This game has been so slow that it doesn't matter that he really prized 2 puzzle. Okay, there's a retreat. Pass. Okay. So I assume next turn we'll see the Junk Hunt play come out. Okay, he sees the Skull Grunt coming. Rip City C. Okay, so if he had been more... So now he needs to literally top deck DCE. So if he had been more aggressive about it, he would have been able to start junking it already. But this does kind of bait Caleb into thinning out his deck. Once again, I said to the point where it's like pretty much all items, and then you can easily get their whole hand into their deck. Is there a point for saving the life do like that? Hold up, why did he do that? That's interesting. What did he do? Trick Shovel, attach, retreat. Why? Does he actually want to fall down in prizes? Maybe, I guess, I don't know. I'm confused by that one though. I'm not sure why that. So he's just gonna, yeah, he's looking to just Trick Shovel lock him here. Super Rod the Dark it back in the deck, I guess, but why not just keep it in hand? Just Super Rod the Trash Lunch and the other thing. I don't understand that. Alright. Junk Hunt. Alright, so there's the Evolve. Pass. Trick Shovel. Junk Hunt. Draw. Ultra Ball. I wonder if he's going to go for it. No, let's see what's in his hand. He just needs to eventually start foul playing the Junk Hunt. Draw, pass. Trick Shovel. Check. Pack. Retreat. Okay. I don't understand the retreating thing going on. But now he's going to definitely Junk Hunt for Super. I guess he wants to get the Dark in his hand and not in play. But you could have a Dark on each of your Stabilize, so I don't know why that's a problem for him. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's a problem for him. Junk Hunt back. Draw. He's Lele now. I don't see Field Blower in hand. Pass. Trick Shovel. Check. Put it back. Junk Hunt. Trick Shovel. Ultra Ball. Draw. Ultra Ball. Useless. Pass. All right. I mean, there has to be a breaking point eventually. Leaves it. She Ultra Ball. I assume he's gonna Ultra Ball for Trash Avalanche. I mean, yeah, there's nothing else to Ultra Ball for. He's Ultra Balling. But this retreat again. I don't understand the retreating. Super Odds those back in. Sure. Yeah, I don't understand the retreat. Oh, is he just trying to put cards back in his deck? I guess is that literally it? Is he just putting cards back in his deck? And I guess his handiworks may be prized. I guess he's just putting cards back in his deck. Maybe that's it. This is maybe literally it. I guess that makes sense then, right? I don't know why he had to do it so early, though. Why he started doing it so early. Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense to me. I would just leave the guy with life to up at all times, I think. And then I'd wait to do the Super Rod retreating thing till later, until I had to. Or until it got closer to the point where it's actually relevant. I also don't know what Xander's waiting for, if he does have an out right now. To have an answer to this. Treat. Here we go. All right, his deck's getting super thin, but he's a pretty big hand, but he never wants to end, I guess. So yeah, I guess he is setting up the Super Rod, but I guess that's fine then. It makes sense. And then Junk Hunt, Super Rod, Trick Shovel, back to hand. Shuffle up, draw. Do you ever bench the Zorua? I don't see a reason not to. I guess because if you do, I don't know if Xander plays Field Blower actually. I assume he plays at least one Field Blower. Yeah, so this is just, I think this is actually just one game. So I'm actually interested where the breaking point is in this game. Do I have it on times 2 speed? Because we need to get through this eventually. Oh man. I'm going to try and skip ahead and find out to where something actually happens. Same shit to here. Oh, it looks like he has Colrist. No, he hasn't Colrist yet, but it's in the discard pile. Okay, he somehow got Via Seeker for Getsus. When did that happen? Oh, so it looks like he had actually a triple Trick Shovel in a row. Where it was... Okay, so that's what happened. He had... It looks like it was Colrist, and to Via Seeker. So he tried to avoid him getting anything, but then Xander actually finally drew something. And he got the Via Seeker, and he's going to use Getsus. Take away most of Caleb's hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's a lot of cards. And Xander's response should be to just find DCE and just start junk hunting himself. Junk hunt for double puzzle. That's where the matchup gets really weird. All right, so he got puzzle, so he has double puzzle in hand now. Oh, man. And he got a DCE. So DCE obviously goes on the thing unless you're going to go... Yeah. I think DCE goes on the guy. And then you could double puzzle for 2 more DCE, actually. I'm pretty sure he has double puzzle in hand. Or you could just junk hunt for double puzzle yourself. And that way, if you get end, you have a higher chance of drawing into double puzzle, I guess. I think I would like to see double puzzle for double DCE, though. Because you're going to need that. There's the blower. Because he has no tools in hand, so his response, and no puzzle in hand. So his response is going to have to be like NU, and then draw to like double puzzle to then shut you off with Garb. Like, what's it called? Caleb's response here has to actually be, to N. Even though it looks like Xander is decking out. I mean, Xander, you have to like shut off Xander's huge hand. Like, Xander has access to everything right here, so. Caleb's response here has to be to N. I'm pretty sure Xander knows that. All right, so he's going to go for the double puzzle and keep the other 2 puzzle in hand. I still think I would have liked to have seen the current double puzzle in hand go get 2 DCEs. Because I'm pretty sure Caleb's only answer here is to N. And Caleb needs to ideally draw Enhanced Hammer, double puzzle for double Trick Shovel, I guess, and then junk hunt for double puzzle maybe. I don't know if the Trick Shovels were in his hand actually at that point. We haven't been seeing Delinquent from Caleb, which is what you want to do. You want to thin out their hand. As SableGarb, you want to thin out your opponent's hand, no matter how many cards they have, by just literally repeatedly going Stadium Delinquent, Stadium Delinquent, Stadium Delinquent. But we have not been seeing that from him. So now he's afraid of Getsus. He's going to be a Seeker for N, and then junk hunt. And he whiffed the Enhanced Hammer. So the Enhanced Hammer was huge there if he could have got it. That's why I would have liked to have actually almost seen the double puzzle for 2 DCE from Xander. It's fine for him to thin out his deck now because he's in the... This game is just going to come down to if Caleb can stop Xander from junk hunting, pretty much. That's what this game is going to come down to. And I actually don't know how many items Xander had in his discard pile, but he maybe should have gone for... I don't know if he could have Trash-a-Lanched him, if Caleb could have Trash-a-Lanched that active Zoroark, but he definitely should have if he could have. And I assume we'll see Getsus. Yep, Getsus. 3 cards. Put him back. And junk hunt. 2 puzzle. Or at this point, I don't even know if he has puzzle in his discard pile. So he has to go for like Field Blower or he went VC or VC. Okay. I guess I would consider Field Blower, but VC or VC is fine. There's the N. I guess you just want to follow up with the Getsus after he ends. You know he's going to end you for sure because if he's a Seeker for N, and it's just the right play every time. Like, he'll never win if he doesn't. He has to somehow cut off Xander's junk hunt. And Xander got double puzzle via Seeker, so that's not happening anytime soon. So I'd expect to see double puzzle for 2 DCE into Getsus. And now Caleb has to play... Caleb can play this turn. He doesn't have to play... Like, Caleb doesn't have to play items out of his hand to avoid Getsus. Caleb has to play like he can't hit... what's it called this turn? Junk hunt. Oh, okay. And he got his whole hand. So what happened? So here's where you set up the lock. So here's where you set up the lock on the foul play side. Is he just gets his whole hand. So now if Caleb's top deck is not a supporter, and it's just, I don't know, something that does not draw him a decent amount of cards, Xander responds with Xander can now start, well, not this turn, but a couple turns down the line, he'll junk hunt a couple more times, get all of his resources back. And then he can actually move back to this Zoroark, and this Zoroark can start taking knockouts, and he can just get this every single turn. Like, Caleb will go draw, junk hunt. Xander will go gets this knockout. Caleb will go draw, junk hunt. Xander will go gets this knockout. Once he gets all of it, he's gonna sit here and junk hunt, respond junk hunt for like probably 2 or 3 more turns. We'll see. There's DCE, Zoroark, nice, junk hunt, double puzzle, pass. He goes draw. He's gonna retreat. Oh, so he maybe got Trash-a-Lanched here. Oh no, he's gonna go with this. Oh, hey, this is actually really cute. I wonder if Xander's going to go for the knockout on this then. We'll see. We'll see what he puts on top. Gets us on top. Okay. He can actually play around that though. So I don't know if I like the Gets us on top more than like an N or a Sycamore. I don't know. So you know his top deck was not good because he didn't use it. Use it. I'm curious as to what Xander will do then. So he knows that it's Gets us on top. So he could like fully play all the items out of his hand if he wanted to. I don't know if that's the right play though. We'll see. It looks like that is what he's going for though. He's going to looks like he's going to Ultra Ball. Trades. So maybe he's interesting. DC. So it looks like he's gonna go stand in knockout. And get rid of a bunch of items. Ultra Ball away 2 via Seeker. Ugh. Yeah, I guess that has to be fine. Yeah, if he gets rid of all of his items, he's maybe literally got rid of all of his items. Looks very close to almost all of his items. He's at least 1 DC in hand, so he should be good. Knockout with stand-in. Trash Lunch is no longer a threat, actually, which is a huge thing to note because that's actually can be a huge deal with him actually killing the foul play Zoroark. You never want this guy to die. He does play Stretcher, but like, so he got 2. Okay, so he had left 2 in his hand. Maybe I don't know why he didn't Floatstone this then. Maybe there could be some counter catcher lockup. I guess keeping the Floatstone is probably right. And the other thing was a puzzle. You could have played the puzzle to look at the top 3, I guess, and then attached Floatstone. Here, you know his top deck is literally Getsus, and you know his first card that he drew for the last turn was dead, so you know he would be dead for another turn. But you definitely want to try and Getsus him again this turn, because you know he has to respond with Junk Hunt. Okay, so you got the tool in play too, which is huge. Alright, so he probably has to go retreat just back into foul play. Foul play Junk Hunt. That makes his choice band actually really risky. This choice band actually maybe should have been put here on the foul play. Let me think about that for a second. So this choice band here, if this guy plays counter catcher, he has to play some Gust Effect. Guzma, counter catcher, Lysander. Bring this up and ability lock. This thing can't move. It can draw prizes, I guess. But that's what Sableye wants. Sableye wants you to be fine with attacking with this Zoroark and attaching DCE constantly. So I think this choice band actually should be here probably. Because this guy can always foul play for more stuff. But they want this guy to ideally be attacking, and then just keep removing his DCE and keeping life 2 here. So I think the choice band should have been actually on the foul play Zoroark. The only reason to have it here is so like this can kill like a Lele or something with a Skyfield play, make it easier to kill the Lele. But yeah, I think the choice band should have been here. It should have been played down because you want to avoid it being an item that he gets to draw another card off with Getsus, but I think it should have been attached to the foul play Zoroark actually. E-Hammer, that's fine. You even put I like the second DC here too. The Trash Lanch is not a threat, so like you don't care if he Trash Lanches. I mean, you don't care if he double in his Hammer, okay. But he keeps 2 puzzle if he doesn't actually. So then he can just go double puzzle for DC Getsus probably. 2 of those. I mean, depending on how thick, how many cards he has left in his deck. But he has a ton of Pokemon in his discard pile. So, and we did see the Stretcher earlier. So DC Getsus here is probably fine. You could go, yeah, DC Getsus is the only thing I can really think of that makes most sense. And there, yep, Getsus, draw 3. But so there's a point, like, this is what you're looking for to do with the Foul Play Zoroark deck, but there's a point where you're going to start to deck out too. So you have to, like, start attacking while locking them with Getsus before you deck out. And that's the point you have to try and, that's like the point you have to try and reach. The happy place where you want to get to. So you can do it again, but he only has a couple cards in deck. We know he has Stretcher. I don't think he discarded it. I think it's either in the deck or now currently in the hand. So you can Stretcher the Pokemon back. I don't even know what you get here with using DC gets us again probably. And then he needs to find Stretcher. DC. So he might just be going for knockouts now. Oh, he's just prepping that guy again. Oh, and then the end. Okay, that's interesting. I guess that's fine. You have to reset eventually. And Caleb went ahead and got 2 Trainer's Mail back, so he literally needs to draw a double puzzle to have like any relevant turn here. Because he used the double enhanced hammers, and then went ahead and all right. There's Getsus from him. Oh man. Back and forth to Getsus. Yeah, he went with the double enhanced hammers, but then he just junk hunted for 2 Trainer's Mail instead of junk hunting for like double enhanced hammer. So actually, if this hits a, so we know Xander has a DC in hand, but if this actually hits a Double puzzle for double enhanced hammer. We'll see. Second trader's mail. And it looks like he whiffed the second puzzle. We know he has one. I'm pretty sure he whiffed the other one. Junk Hunt. I assume for enhanced hammer trainer's mail. Maybe enhanced hammer. But I would assume enhanced hammer trainer's mail because you still want to find the other puzzle. Looks like he's not done with his turn yet. Counter catcher up the Oricorio. Okay. Xander still has Floatstone. His DC enhanced, so he's probably going to DC retreat the Oricorio and go back to junk hunting. I don't think this... I mean, it's possible this game could go infinite. I don't think this game ever goes infinite. I think either they time out or Xander wins. But he has to start drawing prizes eventually. Oh, he got the Floatstone. Okay, cool. I would have... Huh. Field blower. Okay. I don't know. This leaves it up so now he can counter catcher again, and then he doesn't have the Floatstone. Why did he counter catcher this Zoroark though? I guess he really was. I mean, you should be content with him going DCE knockout here, though. I think, because then you can just follow up with enhanced hammer or flare grunt that he has in hand. So yeah, there's the double energy removal. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen him. Okay, so he probably should have counter up this guy with the choice band. I don't think it makes any sense to counter catcher up this, or this, because he can just Floatstone any of these. But you can't Floatstone this. So even if this does go KO, he still needs 5 prizes. You can remove the energy. This thing is stuck. Like, yeah, I think you 100% counter catcher up this over this. Because it forces the DCE to retreat if he wants to do that. And then you have the double energy removal on this anyways. So I don't think counter catchering up this makes any sense. And this is the same as this or this. Except these two can attack. So this one just makes more sense to counter catcher up over these two. But less sense than this one. Because this one has a choice band on it. Yeah, I don't like that. Junk hunting, Trader's Mail, enhanced hammer. Makes sense. He's trying to find double puzzle still. I think he just top deck gets us there. Or he via Secret Free gets us. He via Secret Free gets us. And now he's double puzzle again, it looks like, in hand. Field blower. Oh, I think he's starting to go rush with knockouts. I think that's fine too. Double puzzle in hand, so he has stuff. And he knows his hand, so if he knows he doesn't have N in hand, then this is like safe if his hand can respond with just going foul play junk hunt. I assume Trash Lunch has to be one-shotting at this point. So Trash Lunching the foul play could make it so he just wins the game. Because at that point, I don't know what... I mean, Xander would have to like stretcher and then find it. And the game might actually get to a point where it actually goes to just a tie in game 1. Enhanced hammer. So he plays Guzma and counter catcher. So I don't know. I would still like to see him bring this up, this Zoroark. But he needs a tool for the Garb too. Now he needs so many pieces now. He needs tool. And Guzma on that. Okay, he got the Trash Lunch KO. Okay. So here's where I think Xander just tries to actually, now that he has, especially now that he has this Shaman on board, I think Xander just tries to rush him down. He either tries to rush him down or he tries to go back to the Zoroark. I mean, if he has Stretcher in hand, he can like Stretcher that back in. Looks like he goes for double DC. Because he can go kill Shaman, kill, and just wins the game. This means he also didn't junk hunt this turn, which means his energy removal in hand doesn't have that much. So he went for the Zorua. Okay. So now, I think he went for the Zorua, didn't get the Zoroark, but he has Stretcher still in deck. So then he can still get out the foul play again and then foul play kill. Or foul play go back into junk hunt combo. All right, there's the double puzzle is finally from Caleb. That took him forever to find. He kept drunken for Trader's Mail, didn't hit it. He finally gets it. He's going to take Enhanced Hammer, gets this. I like it. Gets this. Okay, if he gets a tool here, he'll start to lock up the game, actually. Or he has Enhanced Hammer. If he gets a tool here, not Enhanced Hammer. If he gets a tool here, maybe that's what I said. If he gets a tool here to put on the Garb, he can start to lock up this game. There's your Enhanced Hammer. Does he have a tool? Nope. Drunk Hunt for double puzzle. No good. He really needed the, what's it called there? Trades don't look great, though. Okay, there's the Stretcher. I assume he's going to get back foul play. Yep. Trash Ledge isn't a threat. It's never dying again until he gets Trash Ledge to be a threat again. Wonder Tag. No supporters. Acerola. I think there's double puzzle in there, so he needs to draw both puzzles. So Caleb really needs to get a tool here. If Caleb gets a tool here, I'm pretty sure he wins the game. Or it ties. Okay. Does he have DC in hand? I don't think so. No. So there's the pass. So he's double puzzle. I'm pretty sure Floatstone's in discard pile. So all he needs to do here is Floatstone, Guzma this. Guzma this guy. He could also look to go start Trick Shoveling immediately. He go Floatstone Trick Shovel, I guess. Because he knows Xander's on top deck mode. Yep, there's a Trick Shovel. Okay. So I'm pretty sure Caleb actually just wins this game now. We'll see. Chunk for double puzzle. Or it looks like puzzle Trick Shovel. Yeah, he's got the third puzzle in hand. Oh, because he did draw a prize, yeah. He is going to have to super out again at some point, actually, before... Oh, actually, I don't know. He might have enough... Yeah. Actually, Xander does not have that many cards left in deck. Skyfield, Bunnelby, sure. Coco. I'm pretty sure Xander's only out to any energy at this point, though, is actually double puzzle. So I think he just eventually loses because Caleb should never let him get to the double puzzle with Trick Shovel. But we are reaching 50 minutes in this, so I don't know if they actually just end up tying or not. Trick Shovel checks. He needs to be playing faster, though, unless they're already in time, and now he's just trying to come up with a way to win. Four cards left in deck. Trick Shovel checked it. He should have Trick Shovel milled it into double puzzle. Trick Shovel check. Trick Shovel check. He should have milled that last. Okay, there we go. Now he's choosing to mill this one. So did he check it, leave it, and then decide to mill it? Checks it, considering it. He should just mill it. You need to, because you need to win the game. Mill it, and then check / and then decide to mill or not. And then his last two cards literally have to be puzzles. And he has to draw... He's going to leave it. Leave it. Junk hunt for 2 puzzles. I guess it's fine. He wins next turn, right? He has... No. Does he win this turn? Oh, yeah, he does. He has Trick Shovel, mill, double puzzle, Trick Shovel, mill, Okay. There it is then. And all you have to do is pass turn. Yeah, okay. So he does end up getting it eventually. All right. So that's close, and that's kind of how that match breaks down. The way Xander once again wins on his side is he sets up foul play, and he foul play junks on all his resources back into his deck, and then gets his locking plus taking knockouts. Like you try and gets us in all four Via Seeker, all 4 puzzle back, all 4 TCE, and then you go with something like a gets us knockout, gets us knockout, gets us knockout, gets us knockout. But the matchup's pretty close overall. Pretty much any deck that plays ZoroArk versus this is usually pretty close. You can make it pretty close. But yeah, that's it.